Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Guide to Girlhood. It is going to be a fun one, as in, not really, but like it's good. But like,
it is fun. We're taking periods back.
We're talking about periods, which is like dun dun dun.
Double-edged sword for sure.
Yeah, that's the part that's not fun, but we're going to make it fun today. Yeah. We just want to hold your hand while we tell you what you already know, which is periods suck. They're hard to deal with. And we don't really know a lot of things that can help because, guys, I'm not sorry. Girls, periods suck. I know you know that already.
They do. They're so painful. It kind of takes you out for like a few days every single month.
Not to mention, we don't have any paid time off.
Right.
Which should be illegal. Comment down below and like this podcast if you think that having no paid time off for your periods should be illegal.
I think where we need to start is starting a movement of having at least like an extra break on your period. So if there's any CEOs that run a business that are watching this, give your girls an extra 30-minute break so they can drink their tea, get some sunshine.
Totally.
Let's at least start with that.
Because that's what the girls deserve, like, for real. Like,
yeah, it's essential.
When did you get your first period?
Oh my gosh. I think I was 14. But I think according to everybody else, I started when I was 13. We're like jumping on the trampoline, like talking about periods. I'm like, yeah, guys, I got my period too.
And they're like, what color is yours? You're like,
blood.
No, I'm curious how many girls lied about starting their period before they actually did, because I was that girl. I was a late bloomer.
Yes.
And I think I started mine in 8th grade. So I think I was
in 8th grade too.
Because my birthday was at the very end of the school year. So I was just like younger than everybody too.
Oh, yeah.
But I started late like in general.
Yeah.
But according to my friends, I think I started in 7th grade.
It was like this elite club of womanhood, which it is. Periods are an elite club of womanhood. But that's crazy we get them so young because periods are to prepare you for being pregnant. Is that like an evolutionary thing? Like, did people used to get pregnant way younger?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think people got married at like 14 usually, and I'm sure they started popping them out right after that.
Holy.
But it's interesting that so many girls wanted to be part of the period club, because now I'm like, I wish I still haven't
Get me
started.
Out of there. I think it's because we didn't actually realize what it was,
all it entails,
right? And also that we were going to be having it for the rest of our lives, every single month.
Menopause.
But then menopause is horrible too.
Yeah, I know nothing about that. What's like the age you start menopause?
I think it's like 50.
I don't even know what menopause is, to be honest.
I don't either.
I know you don't like bleed anymore, but like
why?
What are you doing?
I don't know what it is.
Do you know where you were when you got your first period?
I think I was just at home. Thank God.
Were you shocked? Were you like, thank God I don't have to lie to my friends anymore?
I'm like, guys, it's real.
They're like, I just got my period. You're like, yeah, you've had it for a year now.
Yeah,
girl.
they're like, what do you mean? No, I don't really remember like exactly my first period story, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I feel like if you start at home, like I remember mine because I was like at a very specific event.
Yeah, let's hear your first period story.
Well, it was like my best, like middle school best friend, which I'm still in touch with her. She's still my bestie girl. Shout out Cass.
Love.
It was her 13th or 14th birthday, and I was only 13, I think. So she was turning 14. We were at the mall, her super cool mom taking us around to go shopping, and we went and saw a movie in the theater. And it was a scary movie, so I like to joke, the period got scared out of me. You know, it was.
You became a woman.
I became a woman that day. Because I also think that it was maybe a PG-13 or R-rated movie, which is a big no-no.
Big no-no.
I grew up in the LDS church or the Mormon church or whatever. I mean, I was being a bad girl. And I remember going to the bathroom and thinking I literally shit my pants during the movie because like the blood had like dried a little bit. And
Yeah, it'd be dark sometimes.
yeah, it was like pretty brown. And so I was like I literally was confused. I didn't think it was my period at first.
Yeah.
And my friend Cassidy, I think, thought I started my period already, but maybe she knew I hadn't actually yet. I don't know. But I like go out there and I'm like, I think I started my period.
You're like, I shit myself.
Yeah. And then Stacy, her mom, shout out, love you, girl. She gave me a pad. And I remember opening this for the first time and being like, did you accidentally hand me a diaper?
A literal diaper.
It was huge.
Literally diapers.
It was huge. It went from my belly button all the way up to my rib cage in the back. Like I was
like suspenders.
Yes, I literally was suspenders. I was like, girl.
And like
what?
every time you walk, it's like
oh my gosh, I'm like chafing. I literally am like walking side to side like a little giant.
Because I couldn't wear tampons at first.
Yeah, I mean, tampons are scary. That's
They're
womanhood.
Scary. No,
I'm still a girl. I'm just bleeding. But like tampons is when you really become a woman, I think.
No, totally.
That's an invasion of privacy. Did you even ask me if you could go in there? Like,
I mean, hopefully you're the one like.
I know, but like still,
up.
It feels disrespectful and rude.
It is pretty crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, but like I actually couldn't, like biologically.
Yeah. So what was that about?
I think it's like my hymen or something.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what
Don't ask me to use it in a sentence or spell it.
Or ask me what it does. But it was closed. So I had to like get a surgery where they like went in and like cut it. And so then I literally got like vagina surgery when I was like 16 years old.
Oh my God. She said hymen. More like, hi, my name is Emma and I don't know if I can use a tampon.
Don't even try to stick it in me.
Yeah, like that's
that was crazy. So I had to wear pads.
Vagina
for like
surgery is crazy, Lord.
It was crazy, especially when I was like 16 years old. I'm like walking around like a duck.
They're like, girl, anything crazy happen?
Yeah. So if you can't put tampons in like with ease, well, I couldn't get it in at all.
Oh my gosh, dude. One time I was a camp counselor at a church camp, and I was over the girls that I think were like around 14, like 13 turning 14. And one of the girls like comes up to me and she's like, I kind of thought that. I was like, wait, no. She goes, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I thought that like putting in a tampon was like supposed to feel good.
Stop.
I was like,
it doesn't.
Yeah.
So you just.
I know. I said, girl, this is
Who told
not.
You that?
Well, I think she.
It makes sense.
She figured out it'd be like similar to sex or something. I don't know. Which I'm like, valid. You're just a girl shoving things up your hoo ha. Like, what do you really know?
The uneducation is crazy.
Yeah, I actually used a tampon. I think like my first period. I think it was my first period. Wow. I like didn't use them
head first.
Oh, well, it wasn't because I wanted to. It was because I wanted to wear a thong and leggings to not the high school dance. My school had these like dances every other Friday for 7th and 8th graders called ACT nights. Wow. And this is where we got turned and we like no, we got turned.
The baddies were at ACT night.
Oh, everyone was at ACT nights. Like, it was so fun. And that's where you gotta, like, flirt with your crush. And, like, we were, like, throwing it down. Like, you know when they say stardom young? We were literally learning how to shake our asses here, guys. Wow. Like, we were listening to Whip and Nay Nay and Hit the Quan. And we were, like, throwing our hands up.
What's that, like, line dance one? Take it back now, y'all.
Oh.
2 hops this
Cupid
time.
Shuffle?
Cupid Shuffle. Were you doing the Cupid Shuffle?
Oh, yeah.
Duh.
For sure. Like literally anything you could think of. And it was so fun because it was like all of the schools in the district. And I went to like a separate middle school that was like small and like it was a performing arts middle school. I feel embarrassed to say that. But
own that.
It was not cool, guys. It was like none of the middle schools, like we were like that weird school, but maybe they were just jealous that they didn't get to go. But I don't know.
That's what I'm saying is like the public school is such like a, you have to do this and look this way and do these things. And like anything else besides that is like weird. But it's like, what's really weird anyways? Nothing.
No, totally. But it was so fun. And I wanted to wear leggings and I couldn't have underwear lines. So I literally shoved a tampon up my hoo-ha like my life depended on it because
it did.
It did.
Yeah.
How are the boys going to like me if I have underwear lines? Like they're not. So
you can't be twerking with underwear lines. Those things just like do not go together.
You know those like videos of like the girls dancing and it's like the sounds like skeleton noises because they're so like flat. That was me. I literally like, was flat Stanley.
The
like
sneakers on the tile.
Yes.
It's like,
literally. It was so fun. It was such a good time to be alive.
I love that.
Everyone deserves to have like fun middle school dances. Maybe that's where I killed my social anxiety actually.
Yeah.
Because they like started us young in that department.
You were like thrown into that.
Holy crap. But when you got your period, were you like consistent with it? Like were you hitting it like clockwork?
No. It was like every few months that I was getting it.
That's kind of scary because you just never know.
You just never know. I know. And like, luckily, it would always come in the morning. Like, I would just wake up and then just like my first pee is like the release of it. I'm like, wow, thank you.
That's nice. Convenient.
Yeah, super convenient.
I love that.
But then I'm like, why can't it be every month like every other girl?
Yeah.
Those
were you lying days, that you were getting it every month?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's so funny.
I'm like, ooh, the cramps.
Because I know we aren't the only girls that lied about that.
No.
Why?
Unless you actually started like before everyone and then you didn't have to lie. I think it was like definitely like fitting in. Like everyone else is doing it. Why? And it was like embarrassing because I feel like it's like that's womanhood. You know? And so it's like, oh, I'm not like the other girls. Yeah. I'm just a baby still.
I'm like, I know you can tell because I'm not even an A cup yet.
Right.
It was just like, that's so hard because it's just like, we just want to fit in.
We just wanted to fit in.
My cramps were never really bad when I first started though. Did you have like bad cramps and stuff?
Oh yeah. Like I had horrible cramps forever. They were really bad when I was younger. I like passed out multiple times. I was like throwing up. They've always been bad.
Interesting.
And it's just like the way that you're living your life. And it was because I had endometriosis.
So you've had endometriosis since then?
Yeah.
Like it's been something you were like, have just always had?
Yeah. I mean, with endometriosis, you technically can't diagnose it until you get surgery.
Oh, wow. So they're just like, maybe?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I like had all of the symptoms. I met like every requirement for it.
She said, I'm part of that club, no question.
Yeah, I'm like, don't doubt my credibility.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably so many girls out there that could be diagnosed or like have endometriosis and they probably don't even know it exists. Mm-hmm. I don't ever remember learning about PCOS or endometriosis or PMDD, like any of that, which you probably are like, wait, what?
I know. They're like, who?
Yeah.
I didn't know about PMDD until like last year when I met my friend in Hawaii. Yeah, there's like so many things that, I mean, we barely even know about like we're barely even taught like the basics of it. Like they're not going to teach us about like the different variations of it. Ugh. But like the rate of it is like rising so much. Like there's more women with endometriosis and PCOS than like ever before. I obviously can only speak from my experience, but I think that like something as serious as endometriosis is your body screaming at you and like telling you that you need to recalibrate everything about your life.
Wow.
Like that's what I felt like it was for me, at least. Like it was literally everything about my life needed to change.
I mean, it's interesting when you like told me about like morning sickness and like horrible pregnancy symptoms kind of stemmed from like how maybe the husband's treating the wife or how maybe trauma is being stored in your body. Like I never even thought about how that could like be so similar to like endometriosis and like different types of like period conditions.
Well, it's like your body's just not working right.
Yeah, and our body communicates with us in ways, but we just don't know what it's trying to tell us because we never learn about like, oh, if these things are happening, if we're constantly in pain, if we're constantly cramping, if our stomach hurts all the time, like
we're not taught to like listen to our body and that our body is communicating with us. I feel like we're kind of taught that like it's like these separate things that like we are separate from our body.
Yeah, like we're taught to almost be like victimized by it, where it's like, I am labeled by this anxiety. Like I am anxiety. I have anxiety, and that's just like who I am, and that I can't get rid of that. And then also when you're like telling yourself that for your whole life.
And what everybody else is telling you.
Yeah, totally. So it's interesting that our bodies really tell us a lot, and we just like really need to listen and like look into more about like, okay, what is it trying to say?
Totally. But it kind of just made me like dive into everything and just kind of figure out like, I learned about fight or flight and I learned about cortisol. So then it was like, okay, and cortisol is your stress hormone. And so when it's like chronically high, it kind of ruins like everything about your life. Wow. And so I learned like how to decrease that. I got into yoga, which
what can I like hear some things that like are helpful to decreasing stress? Yeah. Just like some bullet points.
Meditation, yoga,
gunshot, boom.
Deep breaths. These are the
deep breaths.
Just like slowing down.
Love
like
that.
I feel like cortisol makes you like so like amped up all the time and so like on the go and never living in the present. That's what anxiety is not living in the present. And so I started doing yoga, and I also feel like with endometriosis and like with cramps on your period in general, it kind of makes you like hunch over. You're like in pain, so you kind of like do this, you stop exercising. I wasn't moving, and so it's like obviously it's gonna get worse because all your stuff is just like so sedentary. And so
it's like, please give me another ibuprofen.
Please. No, it's like, please don't give me another ibuprofen.
No, seriously. So was that like your first kind of like experience of like getting into like yoga and meditation and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Was that like an uncomfortable process to learn? Like you're like, how am I supposed to like sit here and just focus on my breath?
Yeah. The meditation that I did, I would do like YouTube videos, which is like so helpful.
Yeah.
Great meditation on YouTube. My favorite account.
Oh, that's account? Great meditation on YouTube?
Yeah. Cool. Great meditation. That's what it's called.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Okay.
Right. But
have you ever heard of ibuprofen day and night?
No, I was popping that.
Yeah. And that,
so bad for you. But yeah, I think that like, I truly believe that like we have the tools to like heal ourselves, and we have the knowledge inside of us if we like listen. And I think that that journey is different for everyone. I don't think that my exact path and everything I did is like the exact answer for everyone. I think it's the answer for a lot of people. And I think that there's a lot of like commonalities, but like yoga, diet, exercise, movement, getting my cortisol down, EMDR, like getting the trauma out of my body. It's like a lot of things.
And even if you like don't have one of those like diagnoses, and I saw a thing too, like literally like 70% of girls that have PCOS and endometriosis don't even know they have it. And so if you like have really bad cramps or anything, like, because like I don't think I have like either of those, but when I got like my IUD, like my cramps got so bad. And even just like literally any uncomfortable body thing, like it's so true, like it is curable. And I feel like when you're like in those moments of like extreme pain, it's like very easy to like have the mentality too that it's like gonna be like that forever, and it's just like you have to just deal with it, and it sucks.
You just have to deal with it. It's like takes the power out of it.
Yeah. And I can't wait to like dive into diet more. We'll probably have like a whole specific episode on that. But like diet is like so important for so many parts of your health. Like
totally
curing these things and making your periods a lot easier, and like everything correlates together. Like this is gonna benefit not only your cramps, but like your mental health 100%. And like your ability to just like believe in yourself more, because it's like It's like a huge thing. And like, you should be so proud of yourself. And whoever's watching this should be proud of yourself for like being willing to like try new things to be able to like find solutions, because it's daunting to like be in a place where you're miserable and you're like in so much pain, and that can feel just like so lonely too at times, because you're like, it just feels like the whole world's against you. I feel like did you play sports in high school?
Yes.
Do you ever feel like that movement was like helping you in ways for your periods then, or
100%? Yeah. And like, I even remember when I would like be on my period and I would go to soccer practice, I'd be like fine after.
Okay, yeah, same. Like, I remember like before, like my cramps would be bad at school, and then I'd have like practice after, and I'd be like, this is gonna suck, but then I'd actually feel better.
Yeah. 100%. Which I don't think you should be doing like crazy exercises, but like going on walks and yoga, guys. I swear to God.
You mean girls?
Girls. I swear to God, like if you do yoga on your period, it will change your life.
Child's pose specifically, like literally takes your cramps away like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're going to have a whole YouTube video of like period sequence yoga poses. Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
What are other things that help with cramps, Emma?
Okay. First of all, I think that like women in general, well, obviously just women, because women are the only ones who experience it, but have been kind of like taught our whole lives that like, oh, you're on your period, like it's not that bad. Oh, you got a little PMS, you got a little cramp. But like, no, it's like actually horrible.
Like, I'm a
yeah. No, literally. And I'm a baby. I'm like, I'm put out. And so I think like giving yourself that grace, and like you literally need more sleep on your period. You need more rest. You should not be doing like intense workouts. And I think just like validating yourself that like, I'm on my period. This sucks. And I need to get 12 hours of sleep tonight.
Yeah. I wish we had like a little like meeting area in the middle of town where we could just like meet up with the other girls that are on their period, and we can just like cry together and watch like stupid like Matthew McConaughey rom-coms.
There's like a heating pad in every outlet.
Heating pads. We should talk about heat, because
life-changing.
Heating pads are so good. I got a heated blanket. Y'all, I was gifted this by the universe. I got this at like a Christmas party. It was like a YA elephant gift exchange. Yeah. This blanket got stolen from me like 3 separate times. I stole it back every time. And I said, I need it. And I literally sleep with it every night. It changes my life.
Yeah, I love that. And like warm baths. Like just being like submerged. Like my last period was actually pretty bad, and so I was like crippling, like I was like crawling up the stairs, and then as soon as my body no, I was literally doing that. I was like groaning and screaming and crying, and then as soon as I'm in that bath, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. No.
How do you think that girls that like have to still obviously like work, like probably 95% of girls can't just like stop their life, and like what do you think that they should do?
I think they should call their representatives, and we should rage and
no, literally
protest that we get paid time off, because like what? But since that isn't the case right now, don't worry, we will be working on that. We're gonna start a GoFundMe that girls can get paid time off, because like
facts.
We need that so bad. I definitely think that if you're doing some of the things we're talking about in this episode, like if you're like consistently like treating your body with love, because it's not something like, oh, my period's here, it's time to do yoga and go for walks. Like if you are doing these things every day of the month, that like doing your best to do as much as possible, it'll make your period easier.
Totally.
And if you're like preparing for it in a way where it's like you're just like giving yourself movement, you have a better diet. Like diet's huge. Like if you're eating like somewhat healthy just by like getting unfortunately it's like you gotta eat organic. You gotta like,
or like just cutting out like just not eating out as
Yeah,
much,
like
or like
fast
not eating
food.
as much sugar, and like even that has like a huge difference.
Totally. I heard that like cacao chocolate can be really good.
Like dark chocolate.
Yeah, like dark chocolate. I definitely think that if you are like literally having the worst day of your life, this can be your sign to call your boss and call the out.
Yeah.
You're sick.
You can't do that every month though.
I know, but if you're having, that's what I'm saying, if it's like the worst time ever and you're trying your best and you just really can't go in, call out.
Totally.
Like call out.
Or like while you're at work, like on your break.
You're in the back doing child's pose.
No, because I literally did that. I like had to go to work on my period one time.
They're like, oh, she's doing yoga again. They're like, Emma, we need you at the front.
I'm like, I can't.
You do cartwheels up there.
That's so funny. But I was like doing yoga in the back and like doing these stretches, and my boss was like, Emma, like you gotta get out there. And I'm like, girl, I'm sorry. Like I gotta do some yoga poses or I gotta leave.
Yeah.
Like the choice is yours.
No, seriously. Definitely make sure you're drinking lots of water too. That definitely helps. Raspberry leaf tea. Do you guys like tea? You should.
It's medicine from the earth.
Yeah, like tea is literally like the earth's natural medicine. They're natural herbs. So good for you. Can we like look up some benefits of it real quick?
Yeah. And specifically like raspberry leaf tea. When I discovered raspberry leaf tea on my period, that was life-changing. Raspberry leaf tea.
Yeah.
What tea, Peyton?
Raspberry leaf tea.
We make a jingle.
Because it's like the OG medicine.
It literally is.
Tea has a rich history that dates back thousands of years, with origins rooted in ancient China. According to legend, Emperor Shen Nong discovered tea around 2737 BCE, before Jesus walked the earth, y'all.
Wow.
When tea leaves accidentally fell into his boiling water. It was an accident. Wow, I love the universe for that.
Of course.
The beverage quickly became popular in Chinese culture, both for its taste and its medicinal properties. I never said I was a doctor, guys, okay?
We never claimed to have a degree.
Yeah, or good at speaking English words, okay? Right. It was later consumed for pleasure and social rituals, okay?
Yeah, like bring back tea parties.
Wow, we're gonna have tea parties stat.
Yeah.
But basically what I'm trying to say is this has been around literally for 2,000 years before Jesus even walked the earth, guys. We love Jesus Christ. He's a great guy. And he definitely drank tea.
Oh, yeah.
He made that.
All the cool guys are drinking tea. The hot girls are drinking tea.
Wow. Some benefits: antioxidant properties, rich in catechins and... Okay, I don't know what these mean. The hot girls don't need to know the big words. We just need to know the vibes.
We just know that it works, and that's really all you need to know.
No, literally. So that can protect cells from damage, boost metabolism, snatched queens, supports heart health, happy heart, snatched queens, enhances brain functions, smart, snatched, heart healthy queens.
Like, where are we losing you? Like, why would you not drink this?
Aids digestion. Once again, double snatched, heart healthy, brain smart baddies.
With less cramps.
Oh, what did you say about cortisol and having low stress levels and how it can benefit everything else in your life?
Literally will change your life.
Oh, lower stress. So not only will you be double snatched, heart healthy, brain healthy, but you will also have lower stress levels. So if you are a tea company, I don't know why you're not giving us a brand deal immediately.
Right. And they have.
So basically, raspberry leaf tea will change your life. I literally was cramping here the other day and Emma was just like brewing me a cup of joe, a cup of raspberry leaf tea. And it literally took away my cramps like that, guys.
No, it's literally like that. Like, I'm not kidding.
Like, if you imagine like what like a loving Mother Earth, like being hugging you would be like, it's raspberry leaf tea.
It is. And if you add lots of honey, and also sometimes I add like dark chocolate to mine because that's also really good for your cramps.
Wow.
It's so good.
Wow.
Like, if you don't like it, just play around with it. Add some milk, add some honey, add some like
agave.
Yes.
I love it. On that note, we should wrap up and probably drink some tea, don't you think?
Clink.
Guys, we have so many period episodes coming. We're going to dive into each and every single thing because it needs to be talked about. It needs deep dives. It needs an episode for each thing. So stay tuned for lots of period episodes to come. You guys should write in your silly little period stories when you guys got your first period. Let us know if you lied to your friends about starting before you did. And we'll put you on full blast on the internet. Just kidding. We won't, but we
first
might.
and last name and social security number.
But we're super excited to see you double snatched, heart healthy, brain healthy, stress less girls out in the world.
Less.
And on that note, I love you guys.
I love you. Drink your raspberry leaf tea. Do your stretches. Do your deep breath. Just stretch on your break. Get some sunshine. Do yoga.
Scream
drink your
in the
tea.
nature.
Right.
Scream. Drink your tea. I love it.
Yeah. There are things that you can do. Like, I promise.
Emma is walking proof that she cured some of the worst period conditions.
Totally.
And if that is real, then gosh, we better start believing in a lot of things. Fairies, duh. Of course they're real.
We literally have fairy lights. Why would they be called fairy lights if fairies didn't exist? See, that's the fairies swinging around.
Okay, we probably should go to our fairyland, huh?
Yeah, we're about to go to yoga, so
yeah, and get my car from the shop because it's broken.
Hot girls have broken cars all the time.
We'll dive into that more. Okay, I love you guys. See you next time.
Drink your tea. Lower your cortisol.
Yeah, bye. Bum, 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 bum.